Hey YouTube, Switch Gaming. So I thought while I've got a spare day without any games coming out, because now we are in the busy season for gaming, I would quickly do a video on my gaming horse, as I like to call it. So as you can see here, I would run through what's required for the majority of the time to get 4K 60, 144 Hertz as well. So 60 to 80 frames is definitely a possibility depending on the game. So with this computer, a lot has been done to it. Every couple of months, more things get done to it. It's a never-ending project. It's like a car. You get it, you see something budget-wise, you think you can afford it, you just keep putting money into it, make it more powerful, faster, better, quicker, run cooler. You get it. PC gamers, you get it. If you're half into gaming or you want more from your computer, I'm going to run through with you a couple of things that I've done, especially in the last couple of months, to make this PC pretty much do everything I want it to. Because I use this as a software editor, YouTube editing videos, so I need a processor that can do 4K 60 and no compromises. Also, unlimited NBN is a massive plus as well. So I use this for all sorts of things. Majority is gaming. I use it to watch movies. As you can see, I've got Netflix on pause at the moment. Gaming is 90% of what I do. The other, whatever is left over, would be editing, YouTube, creating, that type of thing. So join me today. I'm going to strip down the computer and show you exactly what's involved, what parts I have, and what actually is required to run 4K 60. Okay, so gaming monitors. Gaming monitors are very important and play a key role to having a good experience and a fluent experience. Graphics cards are very important, but also having G-Sync, FreeSync, the amount of hertz. So for instance here, I have the 3840 by 1080 Samsung. The model number is, I've written it down here, it's the C49HG90. So that is 144 hertz panel. And I just love widescreen gaming. For me, I would choose widescreen gaming over 4K gaming. I just think it's fantastic, especially for driving games. For instance, Forza, can't go wrong. On the right here, I have the 4K 144 Hertz Asus ROG PG27UK. God, that's a mouthful. So that's pure 4K gaming, 27-inch panel. So no restrictions, 4K, refresh rate of 144 Hertz, FreeSync, you name it, it's on there. So, sorry, FreeSync, I should say G-Sync. So G-Sync is enabled on that one, both enabled through the control panel. So this is my setup of choice. So I literally go from both. I do a lot of gaming on this widescreen. If the resolution's not supported, then I go on to the 27-inch 4K panel, because not all games, as we know, support a widescreen resolution, especially a crazy widescreen resolution of 3840 by 1080. So using DPI cables, you automatically get it all set up for you in NVIDIA, the actual GeForce control panel. So what I suggest is going there, having a quick fiddle around. You should be able to adjust all your cables to 144, considering the monitor. HDMI, of course, we are limited to 60. That's why I use DPI cables. Motherboard. Now this motherboard was in my previous computer. I did actually buy a newer motherboard and it was more expensive. It was the Gaming 9. But I ended up returning that and keeping the Gaming 7 because this motherboard has more features and is a lot better suited to the type of processor I'm running and also my graphics card setup. I was having issues after issues with the Gaming 9. The Gaming 7, it's a couple of years old now, but I still say it's one of the best motherboards, customizable motherboards I've ever owned, and it does everything once again that I throw at it. Can't go wrong with the Gaming 7. The X299, love it. It's one of my favorite things. Okay, should we fire her up? I think we should. It's alive. It's alive. Look at it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now, honestly, with all this RGB stuff, take it or leave it. I used to have it all colour set to green to go with the whole NVIDIA theme. Every time I would log onto the computer, the colour would change. So now it's just any colour that's active. I really don't bother about colouring anymore. All this shit can be turned off. All of it can be changed colour. All the apps, everything, you name it, it can be done. So, yeah, that's what it looks like when it's on. Okay, so here we are. Let's begin with the RAM. The RAM I'm running is the XPG 32 megahertz overclocked gaming RAM. I have 8 chips and each chip is 16 gig each. Yep, you heard that right. No, you do not need as much RAM as this, but when I was upgrading my computer, I said to myself, hell, I've got 8 slots, why not? So as you can see, all the slots there, they're all connected. Followed up by the processor. Now this processor is off its head. The i9 Extreme, not any Extreme. As you see here, the model I have is the i9 9980XE, 3 gigahertz with a 2475 megabyte cache. So yeah, that's the processor I'm running. Now, obviously that processor works overtime with everything I do. So what I have to cool that processor, excellent job. Many types of thermal lake out there, many types of cooling solutions. This one works overtime, keeps my processor at a good temperature all the time, be it 4K gaming, watching movies, anything. This I cannot recommend highly enough. Graphics card wise, I'm running the GeForce RTX 2080 Ti and I'm running 2 of them. So I've got 2 Zotac Gaming 2080 Ti's in NVLink. So anything I throw at them, beautifully. Ray tracing, 4K 60, 1440, 100, 200 frames a second. 4K, 60 to 80 frames without an issue. So these cards are really good. I got this on launch day. I could not resist. I got 2 of them. So as you can see, set up with the bridge, running 2. Obviously you're going to use a lot of power running 2 2080 Ti's and everything else. So once again, you have to have a power supply that's going to do the job and keep cool. So here I've got the 1600i, so it's 1600 watts. Amazing power supply. Never had an issue. This one was a pretty penny, but again, that amount of watts is what I feel comfortable with. You do not need the same as that. You can go lower, you can go 1100, 1400, whatever it need be, 1250. But for me, going all out, no restrictions, 16,000 watts. Okay, so you're probably wondering about storage. Well, turn my camera around here. SSD on the motherboard. That's my gaming SSD. 2 SSDs here, connected via the SATA. I just run them just to store stuff. Yes, I do put some games on there, but most games, majority, go on motherboard SSD. That's just my personal preference. That's just the way I like to do it. So, as you can see, pretty full on. A lot's running. Okay, let's talk about cleaning. Cleaning the computer. You've got a computer that expensive and it's running that much stuff, generating that much heat. Dust is definitely a problem. Dust builds up very quickly. All the heat generates goes through the computer. I recommend a canless air system. Never put your hands inside a computer to clean it. Don't put rags in there. And for God's sake, don't use any type of spray. You do not put spray with electrical goods. What I recommend is a canless air system. For me, the X3 Hurricane canless air system can't go wrong. Charge it, works. Probably about 2 minutes worth of air. That's all that's required for you to clean out your computer once a month. Works like a treat. 100% Canless Air. I was going through so many cans of air every couple of months just cleaning my computer. It was costing me a small fortune.